Hello, fucktards. Remember me? I know it's been several internet years since you last saw my face, but I moved from Louisiana to Illinois. When I was driving through the fine state of Missouri, I noticed these signs that said, hit a worker, $10,000 fine, and have your license suspended. Which would be easy if all these guys didn't think they were protected by Superman personally, and that he would swoop down and stop my car from smashing them with my grill. Then I got to the state of Illinois, and they had the same sign. It said, hit a worker, $10,000 fine, but it didn't say license suspended. It said 14 years in jail. So if you hit a worker in Illinois, be sure to drag his fucking carcass to Missouri, where you just lose your license, because you don't want to go to jail for 14 years. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Last night I was watching Anderson Cooper 360 on CNN, and he was talking about bullying and how fucking tragic it is that all these kids who get bullied end up offing themselves. The ultra PC elements of society have labeled this phenomena bully-side. How wonderfully Orwellian. Tyler Clementi, an 18-year-old freshman at Rutgers University, committed suicide by jumping off the George Washington Bridge after his roommate taped him having gay sex and apparently tweeted about it or something. Other victims of bully-side who ended up killing themselves because they were taunted for being gay include Asher Brown, 13, Billy Lucas, 15, and Seth Walsh, 13, and they all committed suicide apparently within a 1-month time frame. Phoebe Prince killed herself at the age of 15 because her classmates were calling her a slut. In this case, as well as in the case of Tyler Clementi, charges are being filed against the bullies. Now, I have a few questions about this whole bully-side thing. The first of which is, when did suicide become so revered in our culture? Every time I turn on the news and I hear about one of these stories, all the reporters can talk about is these poor kids driven to suicide. You know, when I was going to high school, if someone got bullied and they killed themselves because of it, we called that person a pussy. They were thought of as weak. Everyone said that about suicide when I was growing up. People who committed suicide were thought of as losers. What's with the sudden change? What's with Anderson Cooper and everyone else in the media now declaring that these suicidal teens are some sort of victims, that they're some sort of heroes because they couldn't handle their own lives and decided to end them prematurely? And doesn't the idea of making bullying a crime just encourage more teen suicides? If I was a teenager and I knew that I could get revenge on all my bullies by killing myself and they would have to face criminal prosecution, don't you think that gives me some incentive to kill myself? Don't you think that outlawing bullying is actually going to kill more of these poor kids? Of course, the media doesn't really care about that because, hey, it's a fresh new victim, and we can always sell America a victim. Hey, America, here's a victim. Now buy some fucking acne cream. Don't no bully laws really just defy human nature? I mean, it's in our nature to be exclusionary assholes. This seems like just another failed attempt at prohibiting a certain kind of activity to me. I'm sure the prohibitionists looked around and said, hey, wouldn't a world without alcohol be great? Look at all these drunks shambling around everywhere. Let's get rid of that. And so they ban alcohol. But it doesn't get rid of drunks, it just makes drunks criminals. And this anti-bullying legislation, it's not going to get rid of bullies. It's only going to make bullies criminals. And if America has taught us anything, it's that criminals are cool. So really, you're giving the bullies what they want. And isn't this problem really caused by the grown-ups, the people who tell kids not to retaliate? I have a teenage brother, and I know a lot of teenagers, and they all tell me the same thing, that the school officials tell them if someone picks a fight with you, if someone attacks you or harasses you, you do not fight back. Retaliation is not acceptable. When I was a kid, my stepdad told me that if someone fucked with me, I should take a book out of my book bag, wait till their back was turned, and hit them upside the fucking head with it. And that would stop them from bullying me. That's how you stop a bully. A bully understands violence. A bully doesn't understand a teacher coming to him and lecturing him in a very severe and stern voice. It's wrong to do that. And even if you do get rid of schoolyard bullies, aren't you just creating a bullshit world for our kids to inhabit? Aren't you giving them an unrealistic expectation of what the world is really like? Do you think they're going to go into the world and discover, hey, in real life, there are no bullies, there is no confrontation, there is no conflict. It's just like it was in school, where there's always a teacher to help me out. No, this world is rife with conflict. This world is rife with people who do not agree, hate each other, and will occasionally get violent. You gotta learn how to deal with this stuff when you're a teenager. If you shelter people from this stuff during their formative years, they're never going to know how to deal with these sorts of situations. You know what, folks? The reality is that most of us have been bullied. Most of us can think of at least one time when someone got up in our face and fucked with our shit for no other reason but they happened to be an asshole, a douchebag, a fucking belligerent cunt. And you know what? The reality is, we've all bullied someone else. We've all had a bad day, or just knew someone that got on our nerves, and we decided to fuck with them, just because we had nothing better to do. Being a bully doesn't make you a monster. And being bullied doesn't make you a victim. It just makes you human. Is that okay? By the way, buy this book. It's fucking awesome. If you buy it, your penis will get larger. These results are not approved or proven by any sort of doctor or the FDA or any other medical establishment. This is just something I am claiming, but it's true. This book will make your penis grow larger in size. Or if you're a girl, you'll have larger and or smaller breasts, or whatever you want. Maybe some chocolate. I don't know.